What is up, everybody? It's Animac here for Anime Uproar, and for months we have been getting a ton of comments asking us about our thoughts on the Attack on Titan Season 2 opening and why we see a bunch of massive animals, including dinosaurs. Now, we didn't make a video about this sooner because we were waiting to form a strong theory about the meaning of the dinosaurs and all the other animals in the Season 2 opening. But now, finally, the time has come to reveal Anime Uproar's official theory on the Season 2 opening. Naturally, we're gonna have to get into manga spoilers in this video, so proceed with extreme caution. By the way, if you want to discuss this and other anime theories on a daily basis, you can join our Discord server, link in the description. And if you want to see more of these theory type videos, be sure to go Jurassic mode on that like button, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Now, I believe that the Season 2 opening might actually give us a massive clue about the true origins of the Titans and Titan power. And when I say true origins, I mean a completely different origin story than the one we have been told this whole time. In this famous depiction of the devil and Ymir Fritz, we see Ymir apparently receiving the secret of Titan power from the Earth Devil. Many have pointed out that the devil in this image looks a lot like the Jaw Titan, leading some to speculate that the Jaw Titan is related to the devil in some way. While it is possible that this mysterious devil creature really did resemble the Jaw Titan, it is also worth noting that the appearance of the Jaw Titan changes depending on the person that possesses the power. So it could also be a coincidence that the Jaw Titan of Ymir from the 104th Training Corps looks a lot like this devil figure. But speak of the devil, what if the Earth Devil didn't really look like this at all? In fact, what if this devil never existed? What if the devil is just a metaphor, a symbol for something else entirely? What if Ymir Fritz didn't get the Titan power from any magical creature at all, but instead created this power herself through experimenting on humans and combining their genes with the genes of powerful beasts in order to create a race of superior warriors who then allowed her to make Eldia the most dominant nation on Earth? In chapter 88, we learned that Ymir was able to create the Titans because she discovered the source of all organic material. But what does that mean exactly? Well, what if this means that she discovered what today we call DNA? DNA is a self-replicating material present in nearly all living organisms as the main constituent of chromosomes. DNA holds the genetic code of all living things, so it is a fundamental constituent of all living organisms, the source of all organic material, and it is the carrier of genetic information. Let's keep all of this in mind for later. Now, we know that humans can become Titan shifters by consuming the spinal fluid of other shifters, and we know that the Beast Titan can use his own spinal fluid to create mindless Titans. So what if the very first Titans were created by injecting humans with the spinal fluid or some other similar substance that contained the DNA of beasts, like elephants, whales, and even dinosaurs? And this combining of human and animal DNA actually created the Titans. And if you think I'm crazy, in chapter 86 of the manga, Grisha's father literally tells Grisha that their Eldian ancestors believed in eugenics. Now, historically, eugenics has referred to the idea that people with the best genes should procreate with each other in order to produce the best possible offspring, and alternatively, that people who allegedly have inferior genes should not reproduce. But there is another form of eugenics: genetic engineering through genome editing. Genome editing refers to the process of DNA being inserted, deleted, or replaced in the genome of a living organism, which essentially gives scientists the power to control what genes a person will have, such as what color their eyes will be, and so on. While this technology is not yet being used on humans, it has been tested on plants and other organisms even in our own world. Now imagine what could be done if human DNA could not only be altered but also combined with the DNA of powerful beasts to give these humans the power, agility, speed, giant size, and so on that these creatures possess. Let's go back and look at the second season opening more carefully. The second season opening shows the glowing hearts of all the Eldians, and it also shows the glowing hearts of a bunch of seemingly random beasts, such as whales, elephants, and even dinosaurs. You will notice that at no point are the two members of the Ackerman clan, Mikasa and Levi, shown with their hearts glowing. Only the Eldians are. Also, all the images of animals with glowing hearts shows them eating each other, and this is interspersed with images of the Beast Titan and also Eren inside his Titan. Now, I believe that the glowing hearts represent the fact that all Eldians are connected. In chapter 88, we learned that there are invisible paths connecting Eldians which cross at a single coordinate. But if the Eldians are all connected and this is what the glowing hearts are telling us, then why do the hearts of those animals, including dinosaurs, also glow? Are they trying to tell us that the Eldians are genetically connected not only to each other but also to these animals because their DNA was somehow combined with the DNA of these animals? We know that the 9 Titan shifters have animalistic abilities. The Beast Titan closely resembles an ape. Jaws is like a chimpanzee but with teeth that resemble an alligator or dinosaur. The Armored Titan and other Titans can harden their skin like some animals can, for example turtles having hard shells. The female Titan can call other Titans to her with a cry like many animals do with mating calls. The Colossus Titan can grow to an enormous size like dinosaurs or whales. The Cartman Titan can carry heavy loads for long periods of time like a mule or an elephant, and so on. To further emphasize this point, while we see the images of various animals with glowing hearts flash by in the opening, we also suddenly see this image. Now, I don't know about you, but to me this looks a lot like an amoeba. An amoeba is a type of cell or organism which has the ability to alter its shape, primarily by extending and retracting pseudopods. Again, we are getting some major clues here that science is the true origins of the Titans, not devils or magic. Attack on Titan has always felt as more of a science fiction story than a fantasy story to me, closer to Frankenstein than to Harry Potter, and to me the Titans are much closer to giant zombies or chimeras from Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood than to magical creatures. In chapter 93 of the manga, we were introduced to the term Titan science when we learned that the power of the Ackerman clan is a result of, quote, Titan science. I believe that the members of the Ackerman clan were also subject to genetic experimentation, except because they are not Eldians, the results were different, and instead of transforming into Titans, they gained other abilities. In the world of Attack on Titan, we constantly see terms like Titan chemistry and Titan science, and Eldians are not turned into Titans with magical wands or spells, but through injections, and these injections can even control how big a Titan gets. Special injections can allow Titans to harden, and so on. These are clear indications that science plays a major role in the world of Attack on Titan, and that this is a work of science fiction rather than fantasy. My theory is that Emir Fritz discovered the secret of DNA and used eugenics to alter the genetic makeup of the Eldian race. We know that different ethnic groups have variations in their genetic makeup. So for example, while some ethnicities are prone to being lactose intolerant, others are not. I think that Ymir found a way to combine the DNA of Eldians with various types of beasts in order to create Eldian super soldiers or Titans that would make Eldia the most dominant nation in the world. Since she would not have wanted other nations to have the same power, Ymir made her experiments specific to the Eldian gene pool, and other ethnic groups with a different genetic makeup cannot access the same power. This means that the random depictions of animals in the season 2 opening are not random at all. They are a huge clue about the true nature and origins of Titan power that no one is supposed to figure out until the truth is finally revealed in an upcoming chapter of the manga. Now we know that the anime has given us some surprising clues already, such as giving us the details of Ymir's backstory, and that's Ymir from the 104th Training Corps, much sooner in the anime than it was revealed in the manga. And also, the closing of season 2 gives us a lot of clues about the origins of the Titans and Ymir Fritz, even though this was not yet mentioned in the anime. So these animals and dinosaurs in the opening might very well be another important hidden message. Several important questions questions can be raised here. One is of course the dinosaurs. If we assume that dinosaurs in the world of Attack on Titan became extinct before humans appeared, as was the case in our own world, then how could Emir Fritz use dinosaur DNA to create titans? Well, as fans of Jurassic Park will know, in science fiction at least, it is possible to extract dinosaur DNA from, say, an ancient mosquito that had sucked the dinosaur's blood and then use it for genetic experiments. The other question is how ancient Eldians could be so technologically advanced as to discover DNA and gene splicing nearly 2,000 years in the past. One explanation could be that, like the myth of Atlantis in our own world, ancient Eldia was actually more technologically advanced than we even realized, but the Eldians were forced to forget about this secret technology by the power of the founding Titan. Another explanation is simply that the secret method of creating titans is heavier on the fiction than on the science. If we look at Frankenstein, first published in 1823, this book is considered one of the first works of science fiction. In the book, Dr. Frankenstein discovers a previously unknown but elemental principle of life, much like Ymir discovers the source of all organic material, and he uses chemistry and other scientific knowledge to impart life on non-living matter in order to create his famous monster. The explanation we are given for how this actually happens is ambiguous and doesn't stand up to scientific scrutiny, but this doesn't mean that Frankenstein is any less of an interesting work of science fiction. It is also worth mentioning that the full name of the Frankenstein book is Frankenstein or the Modern Prometheus. And who was Prometheus? Believe it or not, in Greek mythology, Prometheus is literally a titan, known as the creator and greatest benefactor of humanity. According to one of the legends, Prometheus stole fire from the gods and gave it to humanity to use. And of course, like the power of the Titans, fire can be used as both a deadly weapon and as a useful tool. So the character of Ymir Fritz can be compared to both Prometheus the Titan and to Dr. Victor Frankenstein. She plays God and gives humanity a new miraculous invention that can be used as both a blessing and a curse. The fact that Ymir is said to have gotten the power of the Titans from a devil is interesting in itself, as well as the fact that Eldians are said to have the blood of the devil flowing through them. In the Bible, the serpent, often though not always associated with the devil, tempts Adam and Eve by promising them power that rivals God, if only they would taste the forbidden fruit, most often represented as an apple. Once they do taste it, Adam and Eve are banished from the Garden of Eden by God for attempting to make themselves equal to him. And of course, another name for the Garden of Eden is paradise, and in French, paradise is paradis or paradis. So what if the devil in Attack on Titan is simply a symbol or a metaphor for Ymir Fritz herself playing God with the Eldians by experimenting on them in order to turn them into titans? Blood of the devil running through Eldians doesn't make sense if we think about this in the biblical sense. Even though Adam and Eve were tricked by the devil and they are said to be the ancestors of all humans, we humans don't say that the blood of the devil runs through us. However, if Ymir was playing God by literally altering the DNA of Eldians, then we can say that the blood of the devil runs through Eldians because Ymir, their ancestor, is the true devil in the story. My theory is that the power of the Titans is some type of virus that affects only Eldians because it was designed by Ymir Fritz to react to their specific DNA. A virus is a microorganism that cannot grow or reproduce apart from a living cell, so it needs a living host to multiply. A virus invades living cells and uses their chemical machinery to keep itself alive and to replicate itself. A virus has the ability to mutate, and this mutation is the reason why some viruses change slightly in each infected person. And this could explain why the appearances of a Titan shifter change depending on who is using the power, because the virus reacts differently to each individual. So we can imagine Ymir Fritz as some sort of mad scientist playing God and creating a virus that reacts to the unique DNA of Eldians and turns them into Titans. This virus is inserted into into Eldians through injections or through the consumption of the spinal fluid of a Titan, and there are a number of variations to the virus. Some forms of the virus will merely turn Eldians into pure Titans, while others will turn them into Titan shifters. Some forms of the virus will create larger Titans, while others will create smaller ones. Some have the ability to harden, while others do not, and so on. Furthermore, the reason that Titan shifters die after 13 years is not because of some curse, but because after that period of time, the virus wears out their body. It exhausts its host, and it must then move on to a new host. There are some elements of Titan power that don't correspond to any known virus in our own world, of course, and one of them is the fact that if a Titan shifter dies without anyone taking the power from them, then the power will pass on to an Eldian baby. One potential explanation, however, is that if the host dies, the virus can no longer survive inside the body, so it must become airborne and search for a new host. Since babies have the weakest immune systems and are the most susceptible to viruses, the Titan shifter virus attaches itself to an Eldian baby. The other element is the power of the coordinate, or the ability of the founding Titan to manipulate the memories of Eldians. While this power must somehow be connected to Eldian DNA because it only affects the Eldian bloodline, there is obviously no scientific equivalent in our world. Needless to say, if Titan power is the result of Ymir Fritz engaging in DNA manipulation and creating a virus that turns Eldians into Titans, this is a virus that is far different from any that we are familiar with in our own world. But if it really turns out that Titan power is the result of scientific experimentation and not magic, then there is hope that the so-called curse of Ymir could actually be cured with further advancements in science and medicine, meaning that our protagonists, Armin and Eren, might not have to die after all. How awesome would that be? And that is our theory on the Attack on Titan Season 2 opening and the true origins of Titan power. Please feel free to share your own thoughts and theories in the comments below. We would love to hear from you, and maybe new theory video ideas will come out of the comment section to this video. If you want to see more Attack on Titan theory videos like this one, be sure to leave a like and let me know in the comments, because I actually have a theory on what the ideology of the 145th king really is, and why every member of the royal family adopts this same ideology as soon as they receive the founding Titan power. So if you'd like to see that video, be sure to let me know in the comments, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. As always, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, see ya, Space Cowboys.